Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good week in the market. It is July 18th. We're going to review Friday, July 17th. 0 day options today. I took on SPY. In the small count challenge, a little bit different day trading for me. Fridays I don't always do very well, and so I decided to. Well, no, the family's doing something. I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. So I didn't say I went trade like I typically would. I was like, maybe I'll get a trade in on the road. I mean, that's kind of the dream, right? To be able to just pop open your phone and trade whenever you like. And it didn't mean I had to. Like, I was fine not to, but um, I was like, yeah, maybe I will. So, anyways, I was at an amusement park and by a pool, and I'm like, let me see what's going on here. I actually saw this trade in the morning on the way there. Um, for some of the time I wasn't driving. It's just crazy seeing Eric chart. It's been a long time since I've actually seen him chart in the morning. This is Eric's chart. He's SPY day trading on YouTube. You can find his Discord linked in the description. Here's a 1 minute chart on Friday. But yeah, I don't know how he did it, but he basically had this stuff drawn before it happened. So, I'm not gonna like just start trading based off his charts, but it is nice to have if I'm mobile, and I'm not gonna try and chart on my phone, at least not at this point. So, I mean, yeah, you literally could have just traded this wedge right here. You know, puts at the top, calls at the bottom. There wasn't structure for me to want to take this breakout, and I was just kind of observing at that point too. I guess technically we did complete the cup right there, so. Anyways, this was a pretty big range day. 740, 747. So it just got there and then grinded for the most part. So missing on this sucks, but I wasn't really paying attention a whole lot during this. Of course, I was not there. I kind of sat down with my phone about here, and I wasn't charting, so this is all I was looking at. And so I've considered a few things. Of course, I could try and catch a zombie with this teal being resistance and getting puts. I wanted to go long on it. So this was a gap down though, pretty big gap down on the 30-minute. I actually need to get a new 30-minute too. On the 30-minute, it shows a large gap down, and so I didn't want to just get bullish on it, especially before we broke this green. Here's the 20-day, this red, and I wasn't even like, I didn't even notice that in here that was the 20-day on my phone. I just didn't even notice for some reason. But I wanted ideally like this gold, it's retest this gold and go long there. However, if it did make it down here, it probably would have continued. So anyways, once it came down here, this gold wasn't here at that point, but it broke this teal actually and started selling more aggressive. And I considered, I'm like, I could go short there, but given that's the middle of the wedge, it's probably not a good idea. I didn't do that. I was really just kind of waiting for it to break this blue or this teal. Ideally with a nice little inverse looking head, but kind of did this and then grind it up and like, well, it broke it here. So I got a call right here. 11:31, is that right? 11:31? Yeah, I got a call 11:31. Much slower on my phone. Just market orders, just single contracts. I'm not able to pay attention to the deltas necessarily and even the price a whole lot. So I might look at it some, but I'm not able to check all the parameters quite like I am on my computer. 83 cents, I was in it right here. Thankfully this was fast. This wick down, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. My stop, this is the tough thing though, because since I wasn't charting, I'm like, I don't know where my stop should even be. I thought, all right, this liquidity right here, like if it comes below here, I'm gonna stop it out. Which is a large range. I don't like, this isn't ideal for me at all. But that was after I entered it. I'm like, well, it's not really a nice little mini structure here at all. But it did break. And so I held through here. I had that big wick, but that was fine. And then this big one, I'm like, I didn't like the structure already. I think at that point we were out of the 30-minute. Yeah, we were out of the 30-minute, but and then I started noticing, oh, we're at 20 day. Somewhere in here I was like, oh my goodness, there's a 20-day right here. This is a mess. And this is part of the problem with me just using his charting though. It's just, and maybe it's my fault. I don't know, but it broke it. And would I've had the chart like this? Probably. And maybe this would have messed me up too. I don't know. But anyways, my stop was being down here, and I wasn't able to chart, like, I guess I could have put blue here. I just wanted something for, like, closer for a stop. Of course, that entry is not nice. If I get a better entry, it's great, but this is hindsight with this gold now. Seeing this as an entry, I see it as a break, and I should take it, but potentially not, or definitely not a retest, which is what I did. So this was just a bigger retest down to this gold, I guess. But I think to him, this was still, like, in a wedge, even completing the cup. I don't know. Anyways, I was in that one at 11:31, and I stopped out on this candle right here. Like, literally right there, 11:35. And I was frustrated. I'm like, ah, I can't watch his charts. And then I thought, of course, I thought I could make a little micro inverse head and shoulder here. I still didn't like the look of the structure, but it did break his teal. I can't remember if he had a green charted right here or not at that time. Can't remember. Anyways, it started rallying up, and I thought about getting back in and using gold for my stop. I'm like, I'll just wait, I think. That's what I was thinking. Yep, I waited. It broke teal again, and then retested here. I'm like, all right, it's making a little inverse head and shoulder. And on this minute candle, he actually drew this green. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now he's thinking it's breaking out because, whatever, this little structure right here, I guess. But then he also charted this gold. So I'm like, oh, is that the gatekeeper? Is it resisting here? So I was trying to think clearly and not be jumping out because of my last trade, but at the same time I don't want to hold it for that big of a drawdown and then stop. So those things are going through my head, but I'm like, I should probably give us some room to breathe, especially now that we're 20-day. I could technically use goals in my stop. I don't want to go that low, but we'll just see what happens. So I held through all of here. All of here. I'm like, man, this is awful. And then, I mean, it was kind of holding above teal a bit there. And yeah, I was like, this structure doesn't look good. I was like, I'll just keep holding. It's still holding above there. It was above 20-day too, which was nice. I think at that time, this is static now, but I think at that time it was like right through it. It finally was above it. This did not feel good holding this. But once it was holding above 20-day, I considered getting another one. I'm like, no, I should just stick to one on mobile. So I held one, and then we got a nice big candle with some volume. Not a nice time of the day to trade either, 12 o'clock. Big candle volume, big candle-ish volume. I'm kind of waiting for it to make a new close below the previous high. Or, I mean, did have the screen drawn. I'm like, or I could wait for this green. Kind of comes up. I mean, high of day, of course, is a target. There's lots of targets. We've got 5-day up here. I was able to hold through this candle, and then this one. And then this one. And then this one. I closed on this one right here. So the high of day was one of my targets. I guess just seeing the big wicks. It hadn't necessarily closed. Yeah, because this candle closed higher. But I was happy with that. These candles were actually pretty violent. They look nice, so they pumped the premium a little bit. Yeah, and I was able to get a fill right there, and then 2 minutes later just would have gotten worked. So happy with that exit. That was 123 to 182 from here to here. Sure, it would have been a much better day if I didn't take up the 83 to 53 loss in here. Again, the structure wasn't great. Gold being my stop would have been nice, but I don't know why that would have been. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, that trade was awesome. It dumped, and I was like, all right, I'm done. Phone down. So I didn't trade the rest of the day. I don't even know. I was trying to look at it later, like, okay, breaking gold, but this is not nice because it's breaking it, and then it's coming back up, retesting, but breaking through it, and then retesting, breaking through it. So this kind of stuff, you just have to be more flexible with your stops, which I don't like to be unless I'm getting a really nice fill. But like, I probably wouldn't get puts up here. I mean, maybe this was 20-day right here, and potentially then I would, but I don't know how I would have caught this downside. Like, grabbing this shoulder right here, down here, but he has his gold there, so would I get it here? I really don't know how I would have caught this move down here, even though That would have been the second move to catch. Potentially right in here, this little head and shoulders resisting 20 day, but yeah, I guess this actually right here is selling the teal and then accelerated. Could have taken it there, but in the middle of a wedge to take it there, I like doing that when it's on a continuation, not when it's still trading inside its own range. So maybe you could do that, but this retest probably been better. But we still need to complete this cup, this inverse cup at that point. So even this trade's a little sketchy. Yeah. I don't feel like I missed out on much. But there's Friday. So nice little green day. 33 bucks on Friday. Didn't overtrade. And now we need to look at the week. I haven't seen my P&L at all for the whole week. Any day. I've not checked any day this week. Webull. I only traded one day on Webull. I had buying power. It was Monday. Down 16 bucks. You can watch Monday's video if you want to see those trades. I will probably go back and review and see. I think I remember that. I think I had a good trade on E-Trade, a good day, and then I just kind of tried to get a little more exposure and get back a little bit. On E-Trade for the week, let's see what we did. Okay. I don't know how much of this I can show. I'll just tell you. So on Monday, E-Trade green $52. So nice little green day on Monday. I'm very curious what that price action looked like now and how it was. It was this day. Okay. On Tuesday, $33. All right, another green day on Tuesday. That was this day. I'm gonna have to review those videos this week now. It's like a good thing and a bad thing, because it's good during the week to not know, but then maybe it's not good. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't benefit me at all to just like know what trading days I did well on. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Looks like on what day was this? 15 Wednesday. I was $54 green. Third green day that week. This week. Thursday, $37 green. Friday, $28 green. It was an entirely green week. That's incredible. I'm thankful. Well, yeah, I wasn't actually expecting that. I did just before I started the video, I saw that the week was green, but I figured I'd have big swings kind of both ways at some point. To just have small green days each week is feels very good. Yeah. So I think it's a normal weekend, and back on Monday. Thanks guys for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Monday, sticks around. See you then. Peace out.